I am just going to go on record right now and say that most Christmas music by rockers completely sucks. Some of the worst music ever. I do not want to hear Stevie Nicks croaking out Silent Night or Chris Cornell, as great as he is, crooning Ave Maria. I mean, rockers who spend most of their time doing sex and drugs, singing about the birth of Christ, that's like beyond bizarre. That's freaking creepy. Just stop. And that's only one of my problems with Christmas songs by rockers. But anyways, on the bright side, there are a very small minority of Christmas songs by rockers that are sort of, kind of, maybe halfway passable. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. Stick around. Get ready to rock out with your talk out. It's the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. Moms and dads, boys and girls, children of all freaking ages, Merry freaking Christmas and Happy goddamn New Year. It is the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus, and we are here to entertain you for the next hour or so with amazing information, clever, witty banter, and joyful camaraderie as we discuss a music-related topic, which this week happens to be Christmas songs. Joy, 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 right?
Yes.
Groovy. So that is what we're going to be talking about. Before we get into that, a couple of little things here. First of all, nothing makes a better Christmas present than a musical instrument with custom artwork on it. Right? You're looking for that, like, that thing that's, like, really going to, like, wow them this year. Well, that's the guy that's going to do that for you is Chris Thunder Wolf Dodson at wolfscustoms.online. Tell him Loudini sent you and tell him that you're looking for custom artwork done on your musical instrument. Hollow Flash, a bunch of different things. They're fantastic. They do fantastic work. So check them out at wolfscustoms.online. Rockrageradio.com. Go to rockrageradio.com. Download the app. And why would you do that? Because you can hear great music content 24/7, absolutely free. So they're keeping great music alive. So you want to go to rockrageradio.com. And you also want to go to something called LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com or LouLombardiMusic.com, either one, to get a lot more information about what it is we're doing here, find out about merchandise, of course, get involved with our private Facebook group where we discuss all things music. Keep the party kind of going all week long. I'll find our YouTube archive, all kind of cool stuff there. So you're going to go to LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com and check that out. Going to go ahead right now before we get started and introduce the other members of the band. On my right here, we have the lovely and talented Lily V6 from Rock Rage Radio.
What's up? I'm not lovely or talented, but thank you.
And we have Mr. Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh Kevin.
Feliz Dave Navarro, everybody.
You gotta love. What's wrong with Dave Navarro?
Huh?
What?
Who?
Dave Navarro.
Yeah, so it was a play on Feliz Navidad. Feliz Dave Navarro. Come on, Lou.
Feliz Dave
Did
Navarro.
you read the script?
Okay, sorry. I did. I wrote the script. I don't know what the hell we're talking about.
It's not important.
Sometimes I do know what we're talking about.
It's not important.
I had to turn the background music down a little bit. I was getting
Blowed away.
I was getting blowed out and all that. So, it's the Christmas edition of the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus, yes. I guess you call it.
And I see we all dressed in our Christmas best.
Yeah, I've got some kind of Star Wars bullshit on.
Bullshit.
The music you're hearing in the background is my band, Lou Lombardi's Strange Love. And again, if you go to LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com or LouLombardiMusic.com, you can find out more about my music as well. So that's what we got. So we're going to get into this topic of Christmas music. And just let me sort of preface. I said a little bit at the beginning that I find it like just very uncomfortable that these people that like they're kind of terrible people are singing songs about Jesus Christ. Like it just seems like kind of weird to me. That's part of the issue. The other part of the issue is a lot of rockers' approach to Christmas music is like wrong. The Christmas music is, if it's not like majestic and beautiful and maybe a little haunting,
Sure.
but like kind of like it should be jolly and fun and
Yes.
up and one of my pet peeves is, and I'm going to pick on Michael Goltz for a half a second. Michael, we love you. Michael's a great photographer. But he, posted the song Christmas in Fallujah by Billy Joel. Dude. No, it's like terrible. I mean, maybe it's a good song, and I get why Billy Joel wrote it. He wrote it as a, it's something for these guys that were in the Middle East, and and it was Christmas. For soldiers. That's fine. That's very, very cool. But it's not a good Christmas song. It's not the kind of song you'd put on at a Christmas party to get everybody jolly, and nor is it the kind of Christmas music you'd put on if you were like sitting by the fire and the Christmas tree was all lit and you were smoking some good ganja, you know what I mean, and sipping some good whiskey.
That would explain some things about my past.
Exactly.
I should not have put that song on. I'm sorry, family.
So it's like, that's a total like clear the room type song. Like, and a lot of Christmas songs are like that. And I just think that it's just terrible. Just freaking awful. Also, you get people who should not be doing Christmas music, like Bob Dylan. Oh,
boy.
How many times I listened to that over the years? It's beautiful.
I mean, that's another, like, what are you doing? Just no. Just no. So, this is an example of somebody who, like, one or two things happen. Either because he is Bob Dylan and so important to music that people are like, well, we're not going to,
don't.
Nobody tells him no. Or he's a very old guy now.
Right.
And so maybe it was like, oh, let Grandpa have his fun. You know what I mean? There's that audience that's going to buy it just because it's Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
They have to have it because it's a Bob Dylan.
But you're not one of those people.
Absolutely not. And I love
No?
Bob Dylan. I'm not going to buy that piece of shit.
I guess I'm taking your present back.
Yeah, that's fine.
Keep it, he said.
You can fucking keep that horse
Bob
shit.
Dylan sings the holidays.
Bob Dylan.
Halloween.
I love Bob Dylan, but
I
it's
get
shit.
dressed up in a mess.
Oh, holy night. It's all bloody time.
Oh, St. Patrick's Day. St.
Saint-
Patrick's Day. Right?
Yeah.
Whole album of that.
Oh, boy.
All right.
But anyways, so it's things like that are just kind of just like make me just like want to like smash the radio when that crap comes on. I can't listen to that Christmas station on Sirius, man. Like, I just can't do it. So and there are and you're gonna find it surprise. A lot of my picks are old. In fact, very very old rock songs that are Christmas songs because I think there was some of those guys understood what they were doing. They knew how to make a good Christmas song. And just because it's like that Christmas time in Fallujah, like, is it technically like a well-crafted song? And it's Billy. Yes, it is. But it's just not. Doesn't get you in. What is Christmas music for?
To make us happy.
Get you in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
So that's freaking stupid.
Feel better now?
All right, I'm done. I gotta
feel
get
better?
out of here. I'm kidding. I'm joking. We're all having a good time. So we're gonna go ahead. Of course, let's start. Do you have anything you'd like to speak about, or are you're just gonna go with me?
Well,
and
after
Lily
that
too?
whole speech, no. I'm scared.
I may disagree with you guys on some stuff. That's okay. That's just what makes the world go round. It's America still.
Is it?
So I mean, I'm not.
It may be America, but it's Loudini's
Look at
podcast.
this way. Look at this way. If it was about a difference of opinion, especially about movies, Hawk would never speak to me.
I mean, that's
He absolutely despises my taste in movies and a lot of times. So there's nothing wrong with disagreeing. That's what. So we're gonna just have some fun with it.
Country great.
We're gonna have a good time. We're just gonna have some fun, and I'm just having some fun. If I say something, Mike likes that song "Christmas Time in Fallujah" by Billy Joel, and if you get something on it, good for you, brother. But I have a podcast, so I'm gonna say what I like.
Mike, do you like Bob Dylan? Because I have an album that's available now. I'm just saying.
Okay, so go ahead, Lily. Jump in here with something.
All right, so I'm going to start with The Magic of Christmas Day by Dee Snyder and Lizzie Hale that they teamed up for in 2020.
right.
That's the one I was listening to earlier that you thought was Trans-Siberian Orchestra, but there is singing in there. It's an updated version. He already wrote the song years ago, originally written for his wife, Suzette. Celine Dion actually covered it later. And then...
Probably would like the Celine Dion version better.
No, you will like this one.
Come on.
It was for her 1998 Christmas album, These Are Special Times. And the Snyder family jokingly referred to her as Saint Celine in the household.
Well, she probably made them $1 million
I'm
covering
sure.
their song. If Celine Dion does your song,
You're
Yeah,
pretty
that's
well.
how you're
Gonna make
done.
some money.
But Dee said, I knew I needed to bring a young powerhouse vocalist, not only to duet with me, but light a Yuletide fire under my ass. And he couldn't think of anybody better to sing it than Lizzie Hale with him, which it does sound fantastic. It is very Trans-Siberian Orchestra in the musicianship. The singing is... Dee Snyder can sing. He is not just, Twisted Sister singing. The man can sing. I've heard him sing.
I will have to reserve judgment because I have not heard it.
Okay.
But if this does create that sort of like feeling of I can't think of a good. This is a cheesy word, like majesty.
It brings
or
some Christmas
that
cheer.
sort of like that feeling of wonder or whatever. I can. That's why I do like Trans-Siberian Orchestra. They're and I didn't want to get into too much instrumental stuff because
Right.
like I think Trans-Siberian Orchestra, Vince Guaraldi, George Winston, all do great Christmas music, but they're instrumental artists. But I do not know that song, so I will have to.
the updated one's obviously newer. It is good. It is very Christmas cheery.
All right.
So I think you will enjoy it.
On my list, one of the things that I kind of despise about some of the Christmas rocker stuff are songs that are like cynical. They're just like, and I think one of the I hope this isn't on your. I don't think this is on either one of your lists, but if it is, one of the ones I think sucks, and I'm not going to get too deep into it, is the John Lennon.
Oh, okay.
Happy Christmas, the war is over. Like, yeah, it's Christmas time, and what have you done? Like, oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm trying to enjoy my fucking holiday.
It's kind of a little too deep for me, and,
I can't.
and it's annoying.
Yeah,
at the end.
that what is that? The We Are the World song. Like,
Oh, yeah. I had to sing that
and
in
it's
school.
just no, I'm sorry, no. Do they know it's Christmas?
Oh,
That's it.
yeah.
Like. Oh, come on, Bono. Like, really? Like, really, man? You got to make me feel like shit over that. That's just like, it's just terrible. But in any
bring
case,
you down.
so I don't typically like the cynical stuff. But I am going to break my rule.
Oh, boy.
Right out of the gate and pick
Yeah.
a song that is cynical, but it's so damn fun, and it's so tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
And that is Father Christmas by the Kinks.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I can forgive it because it is just, it's funny to think up the line about like I want a machine gun so I can scare off my
Right.
kids.
Yeah.
And like I think that the song can kind of be taken two ways. I think there's a little bit of finger pointing about the poor people and stuff like that, and I think that's kind but it's also a kind of I also think it's kind of sarcastic, kind of a tongue in cheek, kind of a satirical song, but it is Ray Davies' delivery,
Right.
that really kind of like makes the thing happen. This is from AZ Central. It eases in all sweet and seasonal with sleigh bells even. Then the slashing power chords kick in. And from the time Ray Davies starts to sing, it's clear that this will be a Christmas record like no other. When I was small, I believed in Santa Claus, though I knew it was my dad. Very kind of relatable, As the story progresses, he's standing outside a department store dressed as Father Christmas when a gang of kids attack, knocking his reindeer to the ground and shouting, "Father Christmas, give us some money. Don't mess around with those silly toys. We'll beat you up if you don't hand it over. We want your bread, so don't make us annoyed." Sure, it's dark, but its heart is in the right place. This is a good way of saying it. It's dark, but its heart is in the right place. Encouraging listeners to think about the poor kids driven to a life of crime. Have yourself a Merry, Merry Christmas. Okay, so blah, blah, blah. He sort of like lectures us a little bit at the end, and I while I typically don't like that kind of thing, just because that's the way it comes across, and it's so fun that like you just maybe not even paying attention. You could put this on at a Christmas party and not make everybody depressed.
Yeah, exactly.
Is what I'm trying to say. So is there a comment?
Well, I was going to say that was actually one of mine that I was thinking of.
Go talk about it.
But it's funny because I remember hearing it, as a kid, and it just the way, like you said, his delivery. You are all automatically in the gutters in England, real gritty and dirty, and you can, as a kid, you can relate to that. You're like, yeah, give us some money, yeah.
Yeah.
Really
I mean, there's a lot of times I thought that too. I was like,
it's not happy, cheerful, bouncy, but it's the spirit's right there.
Yeah,
man. It's a lot of fun.
What did you got, Lil?
So we have from Jared Grease, I'm going to add Gary Hoey covering your mean one, Mr. Grinch. Michael Goltz, I do not like Bob Dylan. Lou, as long as you don't bash Pink Floyd. And Barb actually said something, but it's on my list, so I want to wait till later.
Yeah, Pink Floyd doesn't have any Christmas music, so you're lucky, Mike.
Because he probably would bash it.
Well,
No, he would be, because it might be got like I don't know. Paul McCartney's got a song that I really like. We talked about this before, but it's simply having a, it's wonderful Christmas time. It's like fun and up, and that's what Christmas should be. It shouldn't be like, life sucks. What do you got?
Oh, it's still me?
No, I went. Kevin
I commented.
Oh,
and
so now
it's your
I
turn
talk.
again.
That's
Yeah.
our dynamic.
Okay, so you probably hate this one. I don't really care. It goes into that rockers singing about sex and drugs. It's Mistress for Christmas by AC/DC. I don't care if it comes on. I'm loving it every time.
Okay, let me tell you why I like that song.
Okay.
Because it's fun.
Yes.
Right.
It's fun.
Right.
I would put, because I was thinking about this song this week. I would put that song in the same category as I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus.
Sure.
Okay, but a little dirtier.
Yeah, just a little bit, and we like to have a little bit of, because
Naughty
So
fun.
I would say that first of all, they're not singing about Jesus.
No, they're not. Correct.
You know what I
They're
mean?
definitely not doing that.
It's not like they were doing "Oh Holy Night, How I Banged You" or something. You know what I mean? Like they're not like doing something like that. They're just saying they're just being AC/DC.
Right, and they did a good job of it.
And it's a fun song. No. I think it's cool. I think it's a fun song. I think most of these songs are terrible. I think that's a kind of a terrible song, but it's not as bad as so much of it that's so terrible. So this is like passable. Like it's okay. Like that's what these songs are. I think even the ones I like, I think are cheesy. Even that Kinks song is kind of like but it's okay. So what? Do you have any other information? Like, why did they do it? Like, I always wanted to know the story behind it. So, you have anything on that? Or?
Okay, I do have something that I found from another website, but let me read the whole thing here. It's from Razor's Edge out in 1990. Most people spend Christmas wishing for goodwill on Earth. Brian Johnson just wants secret nookie. He asked Santa for a little side action, and he was definitely on the naughty list that year, according to the lyrics of that song. But and it solidifies their status as one of the horniest bands in history because all their songs are about sex. But I learned from another website, and I don't know how true it is, that this the source was actually written about Donald Trump and his billionaire playboy antics.
Well,
from the 90s. So I don't know. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's not. But that's the only background I could get on it. So interesting enough.
Like I say, I would put it in the same category as I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus or some sort of Santa Baby.
Okay, yeah. That.
You know what I mean? It's in that same. There's this whole subgenre of contemporary-ish Christmas songs that are on the naughty side.
But it's
that's a part of human experience, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that like Christmas nookie.
I don't know. I've
nookie.
I
thought cookies. Sorry, I was.
You like Christmas?
Well, there are Christmas cookies.
I was like getting excited.
But there's people that like Christmas. Have you ever had Christmas? You've all had Christmas nookie once.
I don't know that I have. I don't think that I have.
Anyways,
I don't think it's a thing.
You always have to be different.
I've never had birthday nookie either, so there's that.
Wow. There you go then.
That's because your birthday's on New Year's Eve.
I know, and I'm always drunk.
Everybody, you're drunk, or the person you're with is shit faced.
Yep.
It's usually just never happens.
Yeah,
I can say that
But
confidently.
that's
that
cool.
that is not
Thanks for
happening.
sort of like filling in some gaps on it because I always wondered about this song. I always thought it was a kind of a fun song, and I thought it was kind of cool that AC/DC did like a Christmas song.
Christmas
like,
And it's just on a regular album with everything
yeah,
else.
it's not on a-
it isn't on like it. What's great about it? It's not on AC/DC sings the greatest Christmas hymns of all time. or
Right,
something.
which would be funny.
Yeah, if it was a comedy album.
It would be.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't work.
No.
No.
Hell to the. I can't stand you.
Why?
Hells to the no. Okay, so this is a kind of an obscure song. This is a song that is very religious, although this group is not religious. However, the song, like I was like, whoa, like what is this? It's called Jesus Christ by Big Star. And I'm like, what is the, is this like, are they going to be like, trying to like, be edgy and like
Right.
kind of blasphemous and stuff like that, But if you didn't know any better, you'd think it was like a Christian song. It's very like Jesus was born today, Jesus was born. It's angels from the realms of glory, stars bright above. Royals, David City was bathed in light of love. It's just like very kind of, and it's got a great like, sort of like production. It's produced really well. They use timpani to kind of give it that sort of like kind of orchestral kind of thing going on. And it's a cool little song written by Alex Chilton from Big Star. And if you've never heard it, you should check it out. It's you could put it on your collection of Christmas music and go. It would fit right in there with the kind of classic Christmas, music that,
Genre.
yeah, the stuff that like the Karen Carpenter and all that sort of like you could fill it right in there and it would be just go perfect. But I didn't really know about the song. I just found out about it. It's from 1978.
Nice.
Wow.
Interesting, different.
I didn't know this song at all.
Yeah, cool. We can listen to it later. But so what do you got, Lily?
Next on my list is something. I
In
lost
the
it.
way she moves.
Oh, Merry Christmas! I don't want to fight tonight. By the
Hey, high
There
five.
you go.
That's a great song.
closing track from 1989. Closing track on the album Brain Drain. More of a corny one, but it's the Ramones. They're a punk band. They're allowed to do whatever they want. Heartfelt vocals by Joey Ramone, and it's a plea for peace within a dysfunctional household. His original version was melancholy and sort of bluesy, but it was reworked to the version we know now. And that's really all I got. It's sort of a reminder of like just kind of what the holidays are sort of about.
Right, that's why I think it's a great
Yeah.
song.
Right.
It's like, hey, let's just not fight.
Let's just be cool
It's
today.
Christmas. Can we just like, for one day? I mean, there's a famous story from World War I where the Germans,
Germans
and
and
the
the Brits.
British put down their weapons and they came across the field and they
Played soccer.
They played soccer
Yeah.
together and they ate together and everything. I think it was called football. We call it soccer, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Any Brits or Germans listening, but it was football.
But in any
Football.
case, so it's like that same kind of idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's not fight. It's Christmas. I think it's really good. I think the song is, even though it's like a punk rock song, and the way he delivers the vocals is very sincere. You could put that on and for fun times on Christmas, and enjoy it, right?
I would enjoy it. Sure.
Yeah,
That one makes me laugh.
He can't find Santa, can't find Rudolph, can't find Blitzen, and his girl can't find it in her heart to set aside their differences.
I mean,
Well, there you go.
And he sings, "Christmas ain't the time for breaking each other's hearts." Isn't that
Exactly.
true?
See,
oh,
that's what I'm talking about.
This is another song that I discovered doing the research for this podcast. And so you guys are going to get introduced to some songs you might not know. And this is the Pogues.
that's how I would
The
say
Pogues,
that. Yeah, sure.
Fairytale of New York from 1987. Features one of my favorite singers of all time singing with him. Kirsty McCall is on this. This single topped the Irish charts and is routinely voted greatest Christmas single ever in the UK.
Oh.
But chances are you'll think twice about throwing it on when your family gets together for the holidays unless they don't mind cursing. There's some cursing in it. Shane MacGowan eases you into the slur of "It was Christmas Eve, babe, in the drunk tank." dreaming of a better time when all our dreams come true. But soon he and Kirsty McCall, sitting in as his true love, are hurling insults at each other, ending with McCall's best line, "Happy Christmas, your arse. I pray God it's our last." It's very fun. It's got a great vibe, and it sounds Christmassy.
Well, that's cool.
It's fun, very fun. What do you got?
I don't know if either of you will know it, but maybe some people listening. Kidnap the Sandy Claus from Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's all good stuff.
Done by Korn.
Yeah, that's
the version I like.
That's a great soundtrack.
So it's from 1993. It's the Nightmare Revisited album. Marilyn Manson's on there too, doing some stuff. This one, it's so upbeat, and I know it's about kidnapping Santa Claus and actually trying to kill him or beat him or whatever it is they're trying to do to him. But it's just such a fun song.
So it captures the spirit.
It sure does.
Captures the spirit.
Who wouldn't want to do that?
And it's not a song about Jesus.
It's not. It's
Right,
Lock,
so?
Shock, and Barrel are the characters who are kidnapping Sandy Claus because they don't know what Santa Claus is. It's Claus, C-L-A-W-S. Which Jonathan Davis and company turn into a menacing serial killer freakout.
Huh.
Not even a huge fan of Korn, but I do love this song. I will listen to it all year long.
There you go.
This one I know is probably a lot of people's hated list. But again, I think this song, it's just look, Santa Claus is Coming to Town is a classic. It's all kind of artists have done it and done it and done it and done it. And I know probably a lot of people are like, I'm so sick of it. If I hear Springsteen, Santa Claus come down.
I really don't know what that was.
But it really captures the spirit of the thing. He's joking around with Clarence Clemens.
Right.
He's been practicing real hard. Kind of bring you new saxophone. It sounds like it was recorded in a bar.
Right.
And it's just kind of like a bar room, kind of, band playing Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And when I remember when it came out, and I remember hearing it thinking this really sounds. It doesn't sound too intentionally rocked up or it just was like it's
a bunch of guys get together.
Contemporary.
Yeah.
If you got four musicians of that, whatever, 6 musicians of that caliber in a room, they were going to play Santa Claus is Coming to Town. That's how they would play it.
Exactly.
But if you don't know, it's
Lily, do you know the song?
Yes, I have. I have a different version I like better. But
it's Phil Spector's arrangement. Captured live and loopy in his prime, Springsteen eases you in with a rap that sets the scene on his beloved Jersey shore. It's all cold, blowing down the beach, the wind's whipping down the boardwalk, right? Right, it gets you in the Christmas feeling, Then he does some interacting with his bandmates, checking with Clarence to see if he's been rehearsing real hard, so Santa will bring him. I mentioned that already. And only then does Springsteen sing, turning in a performance that feels like every word was filtered through with a grin. I think that is a good description of it. It feels happy. It sounds like he's smiling the whole time, and the guys are just having a good time. It almost sounds. I did not realize it was an arrangement by Phil Spector, because it almost sounds as if almost sounds impromptu.
Right, yeah.
It has that kind of vibe
kind of
to
a
it.
raw, kind of,
Yeah. So who do you have it by?
So my version came out in 2008 by Alice Cooper, John Five, Billy Sheehan, and Vinny Appice.
Oh, say no more.
On the We Wish You a Merry Christmas and a Headbanging New Year album. It's a compilation album. Alice Cooper and his cohorts brought a bit of Halloween to the Christmas season with this horror show reconstruction of the children's favorite. They've even taken the trouble to change Claus, C-L-A-U-S, to Claus, C-L-A-W-S, which is my favorite way to spell Santa Claus. It is also my Christmas ringtone.
Interesting.
Here's a trilogy, or a trilogy of songs.
Yes.
That I think kind of I'm gonna just lump them all together real quick. And that is Run Run Rudolph, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree,
Sure,
and Jingle Bell Rock.
There you go.
These are standbys. They're rock and roll songs about Christmas, but they capture the Christmas spirit. They're not telling you the poor are out there and what's wrong with you.
They're not doing that.
And the war is on, and how dare you be happy.
Right.
And they're not singing about Jesus. Let me just say this real quick.
Go ahead.
I just so that I'm not giving the wrong thing. I get the Jesus thing, and I'm not. I think that I get the importance of religious traditions and all that. It's this is not a thing. What I don't like, what I'm really saying is, I'm kind of defending it. I don't like it disrespected because I think that it's important, and it adds to the feeling of the season and everything like that. Whether you're religious or not, a lot of people love like stuff like "Oh Holy Night" and those beautiful songs, and they aren't really like religious people. I'm not religious either, but I get the meaning and the feeling behind it. And when rockers bastardize shit like that, they just don't know what to do. It's terrible. So that's my little trio of oldies.
There you go.
There it is.
What do you got?
So Barb Hilashevsky brought up one that is also on my list. No Presents for Christmas by King Diamond.
I was just gonna say you don't want King Diamond singing Silent Night, and then I should have said that. That would have been so funny.
But this isn't about Jesus. It is about against Saint Nick though. Oh. It was released as a special 45 and 85, with the B-side being Sharon from the forthcoming album Fatal Portrait. Released on Christmas Day. If there was anyone who deserves a lump of coal, it is King Diamond. The sleigh bell tinkle and jingle bells prelude only serves as a calm before the storm because it is very gentle at the beginning, but then it goes into, King Diamond when he wails and everything. Yes. It's a diatribe against Saint Nick. And it is now one of the band's signature songs, and they do perform it live to this day.
You put me in memory of a song that I actually like, although it is not a good Christmas song.
Okay.
Yes.
But I actually like the song because I love Type O Negative. And you know the song
it's on my list.
Christmas Morning?
Yeah.
It's a shitty Christmas song.
Yeah.
It's not a good Christmas song.
But
it's
I like
a beautiful song. But it's not
It's a shitty Christmas.
But it's like,
It's a Peter Steele.
Go ahead and
Okay.
tell. I mean, it's perfect for Type O Negative.
Yes.
It's perfect for Type O Negative. And I remember like kind of getting into it, you know what I mean? I'm going like, wait a minute, this is a Christmas song. This is really depressing.
It is a depressing Christmas song.
Terrible!
But I still think it's a good Christmas song.
It's a good song, but it's not the kind of thing you like rock out to a Christmas
I get into that mode at Christmas every year, so it's appropriate for me.
Stop real quick before you continue.
Yes.
So this is like the people with their head in the oven on Christmas.
Yeah.
This is the music. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
If you're one of those people that's going to kill yourself on Christmas, you want to put this song on. Go ahead.
Legit. Anyway, now that you've just downed the whole thing for me.
Wow.
Go ahead.
1996 from the album October Rust.
Oh, good album.
This album happens to feature more ballads than Doom songs.
Yeah, it's a slow record, but
It
it's
is.
fucking good.
They're haunted by ghosts of Christmas past. It's a very gloomy song. He talks about how he had dinner with 11 people last year and only 8 this year
I
because people
know,
died.
like, come on.
Yeah.
It's really.
They're humorously somber quotes of Carol of the Bells and God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. It's very melancholy. I still like it, but yes, Lou's right. This is the one you'd probably slit your wrist to.
Okay, I just want to make sure I have a song I want to play for you guys. John Fox is a buddy, a really good musician. Lily, you know John, of course.
Of course, John's awesome.
And but he sent me this song back in October, and I just was. Many of you guys know there was a lot of personal things going on, and I did not get really a chance to kind of pay attention to it. So I finally put the CD on and listened. It's a really good song. The last song he sent me was very, very good too, and we played it on the podcast. And I'm going to do that now. This is called "Unconditional Love," and I do not know who the other musicians on here are. The CD says Fox and Vento, so I imagine he worked with John Vento on this. As well. John is a fantastic local songwriter. So this is very cool. It's called Unconditional Love. We're going to just kind of take a little break and relax and listen to this. So we're going to come back and talk about some more of this Christmas music. And here we go.
your dreams come true.
We hardly see you anymore. You're always with your friends. Parents just aren't so cool to be around. We can't wait for this stage to end. So we're holding on, and we're letting go. What we need to give it unconditional love. Watching you with your family now. We're so proud of who you are today. But just remember, you will always be that little child of ours from yesterday. So we're holding on, and we're letting go. What we need to give it unconditional love. Holding on, letting go. All we need to give it unconditional love.
Okay, that is Unconditional Love by John Fox. There's a male vocal and a female vocal,
Right.
you know. The male vocal
Yes.
made me think of Phil Keaggy.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Really sound like Phil Keaggy.
I
I
thought that was
thought
real
that could have
good,
been like a
yeah.
Phil Keaggy song.
Yeah,
Like, it's
yeah.
like, you know.
And
Huh.
did I get a little hint of Talkbox in there?
I heard Slide. I heard a
Yeah,
Slide.
yeah. So
and
you had the slide. You had the slide lead.
that I don't
then
know.
you
Would
had
have to
that-
ask John if
yeah,
he.
yeah. And it's kind of buried in the back. But I'm like, oh my god, I hear like a little bit of a talkbox going on there. That's very cool. Yeah, ask him about that.
Now we'll ask John about that. Anyways, guys, John Fox.
Very cool.
So cool, great local Pittsburgh. He's in Glitz.
Glitz. Guitars for Glitz.
Guitars for Glitz. Is,
Now, is that? Does he have a CD available?
no, he doesn't. I
Oh,
don't know
John.
yet. John, I emailed him earlier today, but I haven't heard back from him yet.
'cause that's
He's
really
he's
good.
not about putting music online. Like anytime I put music out, he's like, oh, how can I buy it? Like he wants a CD.
Yeah, right.
He doesn't know. I don't do anything online.
It's old school like us. The hard
So,
copy. Yeah. Very good, John.
Yeah, very good, John. Good job, buddy. Really enjoyed it. So we just want to kind of continue on talking about this topic. This is kind of fun. What do you, we did Christmas morning.
Yes, we did that. Much to your chagrin.
So let's talk about. Let's do this one. This I think we haven't talked about this song. Let me if I can find my note.
Where's your note at?
My note.
No Christmas in Hollis? I'm joking.
Yeah, Kanye West, Christmas in Harlem. Rongo Mongo.
No.
Yeah,
No?
see, I'm on the fence about Last Christmas by Wham.
I like it in very small doses. Like I can't hear it all the time.
Jose Feliciano from 1970, Feliz Navidad.
No, you can't go wrong with
Yeah, I know. Feliciano brought nothing but joy to the world with his seasonal favorite, a song he himself has described as the first ever bilingual Christmas song.
See.
Its charms are undeniable, from the Spanish verses to the sing-along chorus of I Want to Wish You a Merry Christmas from the Bottom of My Heart. According to ASCAP, it's one of the top 25 Christmas songs most played and recorded around the world. Congratulations, Jose.
What does it say what year that came out?
1970.
And it's still being played.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Still
all
being
the time.
played.
I don't think he needed to do any other song in terms of financial stability.
No, that
As long as like he didn't have some terrible publishing deal where some
Right.
like
Somebody
some
else gets all the money.
sleazeball got all his money, you know. Yeah. So
well, he was playing that club in Brainerd, so I don't know how long
there
that's a-
is a
that's
couple
a
rock
It's
versions
a
of.
Fargo.
Jerry Grease mentioned the Gary Hoey version, but there's a couple rock versions of You're a Mean One,
Grinch?
Mr. Grinch.
Yeah.
That are pretty cool.
I only know the one.
That could be turned into like a rock song pretty
Sure.
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
Easily.
It has,
Yeah,
it has
yeah,
the
yeah.
whole rock thing going on. But what do you got, Lily?
I have an old one. Sleigh Ride by the Ronettes
Oh, wow.
from 63.
It's a good one.
No Expense Spared by Phil Spector. Of course, he produced the record. It became the most popular version outside of the traditional pop standard genre. Charted on all kinds of things. I'm not going to name everything. But in 2021, it achieved a new peak at number 13 on the charts. It became the group's second highest chart in the U.S. after Be My Baby. It features the well-known ring-a-ling, ding-a-ling, I hate saying that, background vocals,
Ding-a-ling.
and the clip-clop and whinny of a horse at the beginning and end. Both bridge sections were omitted from this version, leaving only the refrains intact. But if I had to pick an old one, I think this is my favorite one. So it's very upbeat and happy.
I think you could throw in their version of Frosty the Snowman,
Yeah.
as well as the Darlene Love Christmas Baby Please Come Home from 63, the original.
Wow.
U2 did it.
Yeah.
They had a big hit with it. The Little Saint Nick by the Beach Boys.
Yeah,
sure.
that's a fun one.
That's super fun. That's a very fun one. Christmas Time Is Here by Vince Guaraldi from the Peanuts Christmas. It's very mellow, but you know it's nice. Merry Christmas Baby. That's a really fun. You could put that almost. It's not quite as dirty. It's not really naughty. It's more romantic. But there is the Merry Christmas, baby. Hope you're doing fine. You know, it has a kind of like fun kind of thing. It's Otis Redding from originally
I
from,
do like Otis.
from 1968. Do you have any others on your list?
I got one more.
Go ahead.
It's Heavy Metal Christmas by Twisted Sister. Had to include it because I love it because I just post it every year on my Facebook page and I don't care. They did their rendition of the 12 Days of Christmas with the, first day of Christmas being getting an Aussie tattoo, which is hysterical.
Okay, so it's a kind of
It's
a novelty number.
Yes, it's goofy and funny, and I like all the gifts in the song. I mean, whiskey and tattoos and leather pants and the whole thing.
Blowjobs.
Blowjobs. That's actually not on there, but it's things like that. It actually came from some album. I don't know. Twisted Christmas.
Twisted Christmas.
There you are.
Did the Spinal Tap have, what was it, Christmas Time with the Devil?
Christmas Time with the Devil.
Yes.
Or Christmas with the Devil. Is it Christmas with the Devil or Christmas Time with the Devil?
I cannot tell you.
I feel like it's Christmas with. Give me a second.
I think that it is. Christmas with the Devil. So this is a little bit of a.
Yes.
I'm going to talk about
With the devil.
With
Christmas
the devil.
with Christmas with the Devil.
Yes.
Okay.
Good one. Christmas Time in Hell by Satan and Saddam Hussein and from South Park.
Which I don't watch, but I know this.
And
I know
it
this
is
Okay.
version.
freaking awesome. It's hilarious. It is cynical, but it's so fun.
Yeah. That's one you could put on at a family get together.
I would.
I know you would.
Don't even test that.
Let me go ahead and pull up the lyrics
Oh boy.
here for you.
We're gonna do a reading.
Yep.
I'm excited.
String up the lights and light up the tree. We're gonna make some revelry. Spirits are high, so I can tell it's Christmas time in hell.
Yeah.
Demons are nicer as you pass them by. There's lots of demon toys to buy. The snow is falling and all is well. It's Christmas time in hell. There goes Jeffrey Dahmer with a festive Christmas ham. After he has sex with it, he'll eat up all he can. And there goes John F. Kennedy, caroling with his son, reunited for the holidays. God bless us, everyone.
Wow.
Everybody has a happy glow. Let's dance in blood and pretend it's snow. Even Mao Zedong is under the spell. It's Christmas time in hell. And here Adolf presents Satan presents a present to Adolf Hitler.
Oh.
Adolf, here's a present for you. Oh, einen Tannenbaum. Yes, einen Tannenbaum. God cast me down from heaven's door to rule in hell forevermore. But now I'm kind of glad I fell, because it's Christmas time in hell.
Oh no.
Here's a rack to hang the stockings on. We'll still have to shop for Genghis Khan. Michael Landon's hair looks swell. It's Christmas time in hell. There's Princess Diana holding burning mistletoe over poor Gene Siskel's head. Just watch his weenie grow.
Oh boy.
One day, we all stop burning, and the flames are not so thick, and all the screaming and torture stops, and as we wait for old Saint Nick. So string up the lights and light up the tree. We're damned for all eternity. Just one day, all is well. It's Christmas time in hell. Get a toast together and make it quick. We've got to make room for Andy Dick. Wake his mother and ring the bell. It's Christmas time in hell. It's Christmas time in hell. It's Christmas time in hell. Merry Christmas.
Wow.
Feliz Navidad.
That is a fantastic Christmas song.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't know if Princess Diana's in
I
hell
don't
though.
think so. And definitely not Michael Landon. He was touched by an angel.
I think
that wasn't him. That was Highway to Heaven. Highway to
Heaven.
Hell. See? That's
Heaven.
Highway to Heaven.
Wow.
Well,
It was there.
maybe if it was Highway to Hell, he'd be there.
It's and the only other thing I really want to mention real quick is, and again with the South Park thing, is I think that the creators of South Park thought it would be really hilarious to have Eric Cartman sing "Oh Holy Night."
Yes.
But it's not funny. It's actually kind of touching. Anytime I've ever watched it or watch it with anybody else, like, it doesn't get laughs. People, you're kind of like, it sounds like this sweet little kid almost,
yeah.
kind of like singing this song. And they hit all the notes right. They sound really, actually, like, it's kind of impressive.
It's actually good.
Yeah, it's actually good. So it's like, it's funny. It's like, it didn't come across as funny, but it still kind of works. So it's just a kind of side thing. Let's talk about, let's get off this Christmas bullshit.
Which we'll probably get to more on this.
This did open. I thought for sure it was not going to open. Okay, so let's talk about this day in music.
Okay.
Do you remember, Kevin,
I remember Kevin.
a little band
Yes.
from 1958
Oh.
called the the Quarrymen?
Yes.
They were a little skiffle band.
I don't
The
remember
origi-
them, but I know
The
they
new
are.
originals.
They appeared at the
Skiffle.
John Lennon, Paul McCartney, and George Harrison appeared as the Quarrymen at the wedding reception of George's older brother, Harry. The event was held at the Harrison family home at 25
Wait.
Upton Green, Speke,
Harry
Liverpool.
Harrison.
Harry and the Hendersons.
Harry. Did his parents not like him?
Probably not.
Let's name him Harry. Wow, the Quarrymen, huh? They had no drummer?
No, they did, but those were the only guys that are mentioned in the article because those are the guys that went on to be in the Beatles.
The
rest of
important
them-
ones.
But
yeah, the important
oh,
ones. They just didn't mention the guys that
You know what happened to the drummer? Died. Bizarre.
Pete is best.
Yeah.
In this day in 1962, the Osmonds appeared for the first time on the NBC TV Andy Williams show. The brothers performed
Yes.
I'm a Ding Dong Daddy from Dumas.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my. Those are quite risque lyrics, aren't they?
It's that time.
Mm-hmm.
Not now.
They might as well sing My Ding-a-Ling by Chuck Berry.
Peter, Paul, and Mary went to number 1 on the U.S. singles chart this week with Leaving on a Jet Plane.
Oh,
Wow.
I like that song.
Kids.
John Denver wrote it in 66. And with the original title was Oh Babe, I Hate to Go. It was originally called Oh Babe, I Hate to Go.
Like,
Interesting.
John, come here. Let's change it.
On this day in 1973, American singer Bobby Darin, Mac the Knife, etc.,
Yeah.
died at age 37. One of the first teen idols. He had 59 number 1 with Dream Lover plus 20 other U.S. top 40 hits during the 60s,
Darin?
including Mac the Knife. Darin traveled with Robert Kennedy and worked on the latter's 68 presidential campaign. He was with Kennedy the day he traveled to Los Angeles. For a California primary. Darin was at the Ambassador Hotel later that night when Kennedy was assassinated.
Did he do Splish Splash? Was that his?
Yeah.
Ah, see, look at me knowing shit.
Okay. We've had this day in music like for all these years. Not
Yeah.
once has anything with Joe Walsh ever came up
Until?
till today. 74, former James Gang and Barnstorm guitarist Joe Walsh officially replaced Bernie Leadon in the Eagles after
Wow.
producer Bill Smizek had recommended Walsh to the Eagles. Smizek. That's terrible.
Bob Smizek.
That's terrible.
He spells it differently. That's why he didn't.
Come on.
That's something, Joe.
That's just some like.
Occasionally I can get one right.
No, you're way better than me. I butcher people's names. I'm the name butcherer.
From way back.
From way back. On this day in 1980, 12 days after John Lennon was shot dead. I love how they worded that. Just Like Starting Over, which was taken from the Double Fantasy album, gave the former Beatle his first ever UK solo number 1 single. A lot of good at that. I mean, he was
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah, that
on.
sucks.
This day in 86, the Bangles started a 4-week run with Walk Like an Egyptian. Hank Snow died this day in 1999.
Wow.
Michael Jackson, Halperin claimed that Michael Jackson was so close to death. The Rolling Stone magazine writer said Jackson was suffering from a rare lung condition and needed a lung transplant. He also claimed that the singer had lost 95% of his vision in one eye and was so ill he could barely speak. So this was somebody going
Hope
around
he'll be okay.
saying crazy shit about Michael
Hope
J.
he'll be okay.
The king of pop himself.
Yeah.
Today, I saw this on Facebook. Ace Frehley posted a picture of Peter Criss wishing him a happy birthday. It is Peter Criss's birthday.
Ah,
Born this
there
day
you
in
go.
1947.
Pete.
Pate. Alan Parsons
Yes.
from the Alan Parsons Project, also famous producer, produced Abbey Road and Dark Side of the Moon. Was born this day in 1948.
Happy birthday.
Okay, I don't know that guy.
Something good.
Oh, you remember the song You Can Ring My Bell?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Anita Ward was born this day in 1957. Billy Bragg, born this day in 57. Michael Watt, American bassist, vocalist, songwriter who has worked with Fire, Hose, The Stooges, and Porno for Pyros, born this day. Chris Robinson, singer with the Black Crowes, born this day in
Happy
1966.
birthday, Chris.
That's all.
That's pretty much
That's
all.
That's all we care about.
That's yeah. Anything else,
We don't care about
it's gonna suck. It's gonna be dumb
garbage.
and stupid.
And stupid.
Any Christmas songs we forgot? Any comments from the
Peanut
Peanut
Gallery.
Gallery?
Somebody wanted to say Mr. Hanky the Christmas Pooh. That's from Chris Thunderwolf.
I would definitely be on my list as well. South Park has a very rich tradition of songs.
Irreverent song.
Yeah, but they're well crafted.
But they are.
Another
They're very
one
good.
is "I'm Just a Jew,
I remember
a
them.
lonely Jew on Christmas."
Yeah.
You know, just one. But Mr. Hanky, the Christmas Pooh, I love him and he loves you.
Here's the thing. I don't watch that show, but I'm very familiar with all the
Yeah.
songs.
Well, that shows you how big of a.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it's seeped into American culture.
Yeah.
You know, Western culture. Probably not just America. I'm sure it was big in all the English-speaking
France
country. Yeah.
And Scotland.
Do you think it was big in Japan?
Oh, very big. They love poo over there.
They love poo.
Wow.
You know what?
This is what I
man?
get.
And they do.
We know who loves poo.
Oh no, Germany loves poo. But we're not going to get into that.
We don't need to ever get into that. Oh, God.
You were in a German Scheiße movie. You tell me about it, wouldn't you? Oh, yes, I would, Snookums.
Anyway, all
What was it? How did it turn out that, like, wasn't, like, every man in South Park Eric Cartman's father?
something like that. Yeah.
Because they all had sex with Mrs. Cartman.
Yeah. These things happen sometimes.
I want to chef for you, my dad.
Look at here.
My mom says if you want to be a lesbian, you have to chew on this box.
Oh, my God.
Opinions
And there's
expressed
this-
by the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus are not necessarily.
There's a whole thing. Somebody says thespian, and I think it's lesbian or something like that. And there's a scene where they're all like eating the carpet. It's like every joke they could make about it.
Yes,
Like they made
yes,
it. You know, they
yes.
just crowbarred the fucker in there. So anyway, so we had a good time today. Go to wolfscustoms.online. Go to rockrageradio.com. Speaking of Rock Rage Radio, Lily,
I've got a show on there.
you have a show. Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, boy. It's Hot Licks with Lily 6, Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern. You can download the app on your phone for free or just go to rockrageradio.com to stream it.
Streaming and screaming, baby. We're streaming and screaming.
Sounds so dirty.
Hey, Lou.
Yes.
Hey, the other day, I was thinking about you.
Oh, no.
It wasn't while you were like washing the shit off your ass, was it?
Never mind. Never mind.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. You want to go to LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com or LouLombardiMusic.com. As I said, we're playing some of my music here as the sort of backdrop for what we're doing here. We are not going to do a podcast next week.
No?
No.
Okay.
No, we're gonna take a week off. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do for Rock Rage Radio. If I'm gonna just maybe do
The
something.
best of Loudini Rock and Roll
Either
Circus.
send them like an older one. If you guys have one you liked from this year, let me know and I'll send it to them. Or I might just do like a thing where I just play music.
Oh, that's crazy.
You know what I mean? I
Might
just
work.
play a bunch of like bands that like maybe nobody. I think most people don't know about, and just kind of like do
All right.
I might do something like that. You know what I mean? But I don't. It's just too much going on with family.
Sure.
And the
the
holidays, and given my recent changes in my life, I really kind of need a break.
You just want to take the week off for my birthday, I know.
So
Recovery.
so when we come back, Lily is going to be a whole year older,
Okay.
and
Thanks.
the party will be at the Sands in Vegas. The entire Loudini Rock and Roll Circus
Look for
entourage
us.
will be there.
Look for us
Plus
there.
Everybody who has ever been on the show will be there.
Yeah.
Everybody who's ever been interviewed on the show will be there,
Fantastic.
including Leslie West.
Is Cosby going to be there?
Cosby is going to be there.
No, not that Cosby. The
Oh,
cat.
sorry.
No,
cat.
Bill Cosby's going to be
No,
there.
he's not invited.
He's going to bring the cat.
Oh, no, he's invited.
He's not invited.
Oh, yes,
It's
he
my
is.
birthday. He's not invited.
Why don't you like Bill Cosby?
I just don't want him at my party.
Would you like a
Some people
drink?
might be weird about it, you know?
Okay. Do you know that I'm making a fantasy? This isn't a real party.
It is a real party.
And I'll cry if I want to. Do you want to say where your party is? Invite everybody, or do you? No, you don't. We don't have to. I won't do that. I wasn't going to do
Don't
that.
you- I was like
thought
looking at
maybe
you
you
going,
wanted
"No."
to. I wasn't going to do it.
And as soon as you said the Sands, I'm like, oh, that's where it's at. Yeah, okay.
I wasn't going to do
That's
that.
what Lily told me.
Like I said, I was going to let her, if she wanted to, inform her. That'd be up. That'd be.
I
on
have a
her.
private event on Facebook. If you were invited, then you were
There
invited.
you go then.
Yeah.
If not, sorry.
Right then.
Find me if you can.
Good luck.
So, anyways, guys, it's been super fun. I'm so glad that we do this every week. It's been a fun year. Kind of. No, it was. We had a lot of. Well, I think the podcast
For the
was fun.
most part.
It was a good-
Yeah, for the most part.
I got to go on 2 vacations this year. I got to go to New Orleans and Nashville.
It's more than you usually do.
Yeah, I usually do 0. So it was fun. Did you go anywhere interesting this year, Lily?
At the very beginning of the year, I went to Orlando with my sister,
There you go.
and I think that's it, actually. But that's okay.
That's cool. That's cool.
I went to Cannonsburg to live. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. There were rock shows this year. I got to play a few. I got to play a couple shows. Had some fun. So and I know Lily went to a whole bunch of shows.
Which I always do. Actually, not a whole bunch, because normally I hit like 70 or so. This year it was like 12.
And well, yeah, compared
Considering.
to
Right,
2020.
Considering it's way better.
But so we're looking forward to 2022.
Oh, yes.
We're going to be mixing things up a little bit, doing some different kinds of topics here and there. Trying to just find ways to do stuff that I'm getting a little bored with the top 10 this and the top 5 that and so and so versus so and so.
Right.
So we're going to try to find ways to kind of mix things up a little bit. Always open to suggestions, of course. So if you're something you think you'd like to hear us do, let us know. If I think the people that listen to this do tune in just to hear us bullshit with each other,
I mean, that's legit.
kid around, joke around about each other's chops.
Talk about having to go pee.
Which we all do a lot.
Yeah, last week we finished the podcast and then I didn't turn anything off. We just stood up and we're talking about going to the bathroom and who God only knows what else. we were
Getting
talking
drinks and
about. Getting drinks and all kinds
going to
of
have a
stuff
cigarette, that sort of thing.
like that. Yeah, that sort of.
Yeah, the exciting stuff we do
The
after the
stuff
show.
that you now
I
know
gotta pee
that now you know how boring we are.
Yeah, right?
So, anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season. This is broadcast on Rock Rage on Sunday, so it'll be like the day. So you'll be listening to if those of you listen on Rock Rage, you're listening the day after Christmas. So I hope that you enjoy the rest of your Christmas, and I hope that you enjoy your New Year. And we'll catch you guys all on the next Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
See ya.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, guys.
Happy New
See
Year,
you later. And let me do that again. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, guys.
Creeping round the valley floor, I hear the cry of another people. Take my hand and walk through this door. I'm gonna